Yeah, Homer led the league in tackles with 85. The deep ball for Darius Prince, and Philadelphia's on the board first.
On the draw, this is Bryson Allen. And Allen weaving his way all the way down to the 22. 10-yard line, 5. Mayfield, Dancy, all around. Throw it as far as he can throw it. Jump ball coming. Crazy stuff. Not this time.
And you want to be a wide receiver. You're going to have to take a little bit of a hit like that as Brown got him in that shoulder, but watch. Those are teeth.
Do we have a dentist on staff here?
What's up, Fade Sports Network? I'm back here tonight with a very, very special interview. Mr. Trevon Gauno, the Louisiana Voodoo. Trevon, how you doing tonight, man?
Man, how you doing, man? I'm glad to be on here with you guys today, man. I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling extremely blessed just to be here and share my story with you guys and, catch up with you guys today, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Really excited for the opportunity to talk to you. I know you, as many people do from the Slumbo Raps production, really great to see you out there continuing to play football. So we'll dive right into it here, kind of going off of your most recent opportunity. You signed with the Louisiana Voodoo. AFL is coming back. City of Louisiana. You got LSU. You got Angel Reese, Livy Dunn, Joe Burrow, all starred in Louisiana. How important was it for you to go back to the state of Louisiana?
Man, it's very important, man. Very important. I don't think, people really understand how big of a market Louisiana is just by us being so small, just the boot. But it's like when we come together and get behind a team and get behind an organization and get behind anything, we go make some noise, man. That's just how Louisiana is, man. And look at Tulane, look at LSU, man. Just like you were saying, look at just all of the surrounding areas. The proof is in the pudding, man. Louisiana, man. People go crazy about their football. People go crazy about anything they got to do with home, man. They stand behind you, and they stamp you, man. Louisiana is just different. That's why it was important for me to come back home and to show that love back to all my community, to my state that I was showing all throughout the years, man. So that was big on me because I'm big on community and I'm big on, togetherness.
That's awesome to hear. And your most recent football opportunity came in the LFA down in Mexico, which was also a new league at the time. How was that experience for you, and what were some positives but also some negatives about that opportunity?
Man, the LFA, man, I ain't gonna lie, it's really one of the best opportunities yet I've had, just in football, with football in general, like just being able to go overseas, see another culture, be able to go play against guys like Trevon Boykin, guys who was in the NFL draft picks, you know what I'm saying? NFL draft pick quarterbacks. You feel me? So I was able to play against guys straight a year, 2, 3 years from the NFL, 1 year out of the CFL, you feel me? So it was just, and it was a 14 out of state limit. So they were able to get, 14 people were able to play at a time, like U.S. players. So the talent out there in Mexico, it's top tier, bro. Like that league, LFA is top tier, like a top tier league. So just giving me that pro experience, I felt like just any other, like one of our players, he just got his opportunity to go to the XFL Defenders from LFA team. So like just being able to be in that environment with all those good players, all those good competition, and me still able to be who I am. So it's just being able to go out there, late. I was a late signee, so I ain't signed to like the last game, the last 2 games. So end up signing me later, and we end up making a run all the way to the semifinals, the game before the championship, just in my first time being there. So it was a very great experience. They even wanted me to it was in talks. They wanted me to come back. They liked what I did. So, but the opportunity that just presented itself back at home, I just couldn't pass it up. Like after just that quick stint overseas, it just that quick stint, it opened up me a lot of doors just with a lot of other teams. Like a lot of people was reaching out to me, after then just trying to offer me, opportunities. So I feel like, I had to go do that overseas. So I feel like with everything you do is bad and good, but I'm the type of person where I like to take bad and turn it good, or and I like to just praise the good, you know what I'm saying, because it's like it always can be worse. So I just feel like, me getting my passport, going through that journey of just getting on that plane, going overseas, and now no one speaks English. You got to adapt to a new language. I feel like that would be the hardest thing, just adapting to the language barrier, just simple things as ordering food. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to order food in Spanish, every day. So just simple things like that. I feel like when it comes to football in the LFA or anything professionally, everything was just top tier. The only thing I could pull negative out that situation is just me putting myself in a uncomfortable situation to grow. So I had to put myself in that situation to grow. My daughter's half Spanish, she's half Mexican anyway, so I felt like I needed to learn a little bit of, catch up with my Spanish anyway. So, and I feel like times like this, when you're going on overseas and cross borders, man, these the memories that you're gonna get to last a lifetime. That you'll be able to tell your kids, everybody about. So I feel like the LFA was just, one of the best experience overall, because when it comes to actual football play, like the preparation and stuff, that getting you ready, like it was next to none. Like every game nationally televised throughout Mexico. You flying top tier to every city. You're playing in soccer stadiums that's packed out. You know what I'm saying? Like raging fans. Like it just feel like it feel like they're NFL. That's how they treat it. So I feel like out there in Mexico, man, it's a great opportunity, great vibe, and it prepared me well and grew me more maturely and grew me mentally. You know what I'm saying? Having to be away even farther, because I've been away my whole career, but having to take that next step and go across waters and be away, it grows you. It just makes you better, more patient, more grateful. You know what I'm saying? So when the opportunity came like this, it just make you think like, dang, I just did all that time in Mexico, and just for my dream, for my grind. Now I get to do it at home. It put me in that comfortable state. Just when you make me comfortable, I'm gonna play well. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like this year is gonna be a big year for me, because I'm back like I'm in the most comfortable state. Like it's Louisiana. This is what I know. So like I've been playing here since six. I was 6 years old. Like waking up on Saturdays, ironing my jerseys, man, waiting outside on the steps for my grandma and them to take me to the game. Like just that's the feeling. You get to feel that football in the air on Saturdays in Louisiana. It just feel like, it feel like home when you were 6 years old again.
Without a doubt. No, I think that would be a great opportunity for you for sure. I've heard nothing but great things about the LFA. This is actually not your first indoor football contract you signed. For a short period of time, you were signed with the Las Vegas Nighthawks and Coach Mike. Talk about that opportunity for a little bit.
Man, big shout out to Coach Mike, man. He gave me my first, my first professional football contract. He signed me, man. Took a chance. I was one of the first guys ever signed to the Las Vegas Nighthawks program. Now them guys, it's like a factory, man. They're getting guys out there left and right. XFL, USFL, NFL. You could go look on the list of guys that just already had came. Just that secondary room that I was in with, when I was there, all those, like, I want to say 80% of those guys in the XFL now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, guys like Mr. Harriet, and Mr. Harold, guys like that. But he played for the Battlehawks, KD Cannon, you feel me? Guys like that, you know what I'm saying? My guys I love, guys that, some of my best friends. So it's like to see those guys, me was in training camp, those guys we're competing at the highest level, and to see them, going to the highest level from XFL to NFL, everyone is just moving up a year. It just makes you look back at it, because look how fast time went by. It's been a year and a half or something like that since I've been with Vegas. And it's like that opportunity, it came at a great time also. So I'm thinking I was gonna play there, and I was gonna play there for a year and go to the XFL or go to the NFL just like those guys did. But it's like my story always is a little different. It always got to go through a little bit more trials. Because when I got there, I was performing at a higher level, but like the second, third day of training camp, I ended up coming down wrong. Like I had on basically like a size big two cleat, like a size and a half big cleats, and I jumped and came down wrong, and my toe went to the front of my shoe, and I ended up tearing my PCL. And the crazy thing is, that same day of training camp, we had four four guys tear their ACLs or MCLs that same day. So throughout that next week, we had like 7, 8 injuries. So like 7 people had to have surgery within 2 weeks of training camp. So what happened was, Coach Mike only kept me and like one or two other people. You know what I'm saying? So it was me and like 2 other guys he ended up keeping who had to have major surgery. So like, Coach Mike could have cut me. I had got hurt. You feel me? Could have cut me. He ended up, keeping me for the whole entire year. Paying everything, like keeping me for the whole entire year, and I just rehab, and I got a year. It was like a red shirt year of college I got in Las Vegas, so I was able to sit back in a year and have the best medical treatment in the world, have the best rehab facility in the world in Las Vegas, and just go to all the games, support my teammates, help people as I can, give them, my knowledge that I can, and just watch the game and grow. So I feel like God set me down for a reason. So he set me down for a reason, and I just had to sit around all those guys for an entire year until the season, was almost over, and I went home to start rehabbing, and whenever I got back right, I was going to go back to Vegas. I got an opportunity to go overseas. You feel me? So then that was a big, great opportunity. So I went overseas, and now we here.
Man, I mean, that sounds like quite a journey for sure, but it's certainly nothing close to your college journey. You by far have one of the craziest college football journeys.
Yeah, ever. I feel like I've been molded for professional football, man. I've been to 7 colleges, so it's like I feel like early, it was me maturing, becoming more mature as a man, and like my pops, you feel me? My pops was in prison a lot of my life, and I never really had. Now we have a great relationship, you know what I'm saying? But it's like growing up as that young kid, you don't have that guidance at all times. And coming from the environment I come from, man, you need that guidance, bro, to be successful in any avenue in life. That's why I make sure I'm hard in my community and I'm pulling guys up, man. Like pulling guys up from different situations, because I know how that feels to not have coaches, not have nobody that's gonna relate and have compassion with you. You feel me? They just ain't know how to relate and compassionately with me at the time, and me not being mature enough to understand how to intake the information. So I bounced around a lot, but I feel like that set me up and prepared me for professional football, because even at a young age, I was taking this as a business. I wasn't taking it personal. Like even throughout college, I always took it as business. I never took nothing that happened to me personal. It's just business. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just business. So I've always had that business mentality of taking it business. So now when situations happen in Vegas, I get a knee injury, and now I'm like, oh damn. Now he don't cut me, but he keep me, and now I'm around real top tier talent, bro. Like I'm around a real top tier talent in that Vegas Nighthawks. Like it's all NFL guys all over the room. Guys that's been in the guys that's been in that NFL room with everybody, man. Like so, guys like Darius, guys, you feel me? Just huge names. So just by being like that, it always gave me that mentality of, man, I'ma listen. Like I've always been that guy. Like, man, I'ma listen. I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna listen. So when I get around, certain people, I just watch and I listen to them. I feel like you got stuff to learn from everybody.
Without a doubt, you can take something from everyone's game and apply it to your own.
You're right.
I don't want to go back to your college journey because 7 different colleges, 7 different coaching staffs, just a whole bunch of off.
Yeah.
starting
That's
from the
why I feel
beginning.
like I'm prepared for the professional lane. Like, just how many coaches, how many personalities, how many people you have to deal with, interact with. So I feel like me bouncing around is just no different than me getting traded. And we didn't have transfer portal and stuff when I was in college, you know what I'm saying? So I was like one of the first guys to really boom, 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 boom. And it's not always a good thing, but it's like sometimes your circumstances, you can't do nothing about your circumstances. Like you just can't do nothing about it. So that's what I had to learn early. Like, man, I can't do nothing about this. I just have to make lemons out of lemonade. You know what I'm saying? What good can I take from this situation, you know, to use to grow myself? So that's what I would do. So by me going to Shasta College, Cisco College, Independence Community College, Dye City Community College, Angelo State University, William Penn University, man, all those got a different version of Trey Gauno. Every single school, it got a different version of me because it pulled something different out of me. You feel me? So now it's time for me to put all of those experiences together, because one thing in common that I did at every single school, I made the same plays. No matter where I was at, I made the same exact plays. You go on the film, it's the same thing. It's so consistent, it's crazy. Like, and that's what people don't understand. It's so consistent that it's crazy, because everywhere I go, no matter what level, it's the same plays. It's like I'm not changing nothing up. You know what I'm saying? So I can do this at any level. And that's all I'm showing. And that's all it is. That was my job, to prove to people that I could do this at any level. You feel me? I was one of the nationally rated, one of the top rated junior college corners in the nation. If I was able to go to LSU, if I was able to go to TCU, if I was able to go to UCLA and have the same seasons I had at my Angelo State or William Penn, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. I'd be in the league. But that's why I feel like it was made for me to go through the hard route, through the hard journey, so I can go back to the trenches. I can go back to my environment and pull people up and show them, look, you don't gotta go to everybody don't go the short way. Some people are meant to go the long way. It's okay though. The long way isn't always bad. You feel me? That's the journey. So embrace your truth and go through your journey. I feel like God made me go through that for the other Trey Gainos, for the next generation to know that, man, go through your go through. When you go through your journey, that's a part of you. So you don't want to take that away. I wouldn't take that away from none. I wouldn't replace my journey for anything. Not even just to go to the NFL right through college. No, I want to go through this. Like I want the journey. I want to learn. You feel me? My urge for knowledge is different from a regular person.
Man, without a doubt, and one of the reasons why you weren't able to go to the Division 1 level is because the system is fundamentally flawed in California JUCO. Man, talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, man, like, and it's crazy because, like, man, bro, I had committed to so many schools, and the thing is, so many coaches had agreed to work with me. Like, they were working with me. I was committed to like 2, 3 different schools, bro. Like I had UCLA, Houston. Like I was committed to a lot of Washington State with my brother at the time. So it was a lot of schools that was working on my situation, because at the last minute every time they'll just be like, yeah, man, we sent your transcript in, these classes fell through, these ones didn't, because I had bounced around so much. Certain credits didn't transfer. It's not like I was doing bad on my schoolwork. My GPA was like a 3, like a 3.3, 3.4. So my GPA was good. It was my transferable hours. I just ain't have enough transferable credits, and at the last minute, they like, well, yeah, these classes ain't transferred from this school. These classes ain't transferred from this school. These transferred and these didn't. So it's like every school trying to work out a different situation for me, trying to put me in summer school, do this. Then I'm like, man, bruh, it's just not working. Like I might just have to go to Division 2. Like, and hey, that's just how I had to go. But it's like in that time, man, I seen every DB, like all the people that I had played that year and was ranked higher than. Man, I seen all of them. We everybody go through different journeys. They might have went to Fresno, or they might have went to Georgia, or they might have went to these schools and they had 1 year declared, and not the rest is history. You feel me? But there's a 50 player 54. Like, there's players that you don't have that long, that quick route. You feel me? You got the long journey. Everybody not made for that quick route. You got the long journey because people who have the quick route, you might not even know they're gonna go through their adversity, but when they go through their adversity, they're not gonna know how to handle it because they just been giving. They just been getting it so easily. So when they finally run into adversity, that's why people play football for a long time and then they go to the NFL. As soon as their first time getting cut, they don't know how to react because they never got cut before. They never had any adversity, so now it's so easy for them to quit and be like, "Well, I done made a lot of money. I done did this, so I don't have to play no more." Because you're not looking at it. You looking at it like this is only your first time getting cut. It's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Take it, take whatever you could take from it and move on. I feel like that's how it's easy for me to go forward because I done been through so much to where it's gonna take so much to just discourage me.
So, I mean, you've seen JUCO from so many different perspectives and so many different lenses.
Everyone.
Man, from the talk about your last chance you opportunity being on the show. You kind of saw the type of guy Coach Jason Brown is, both on the camera.
Man, a lot of my parts, man, like, bro, I did that game that you guys actually seen me, Dodge City versus Independence. Like, I was mic'd up that game the night before Dodge City played Independence. They came to Dodge. They left Indy, they came to Dodge City because they was like, you was hearing this, like they heard like the story of me being there and stuff from all the teams. So they came there, they wanted to get my side of the story. So we had a whole sit down, like me in a room where cameras everywhere. Like Last Chance You, they just sitting there to me, grilling me, asking me questions. I'm answering, they getting my whole entire side of the story. I'm in a black room and it's me and he having a one-on-one interview with me. It never got released ever to the media though. Like it never got released. But Last Chance You actually did the documentary. How Flim did, they did it before Flim, but it just never got released because they said that I was being too. They said I was being too real. What I was saying, they was like, man, we can't put that up, man. They was like, man, you was being too. You kept it too honest. That's exactly what the guy said. He was like, man, you was way too honest because I just told the truth. That he asked me what I had thought. And at that time, being young too, you ain't censoring nothing. You was in 2016, 2017, you really wasn't censoring nothing you was saying. And I was playing my old coach, the guy who so called cut me, but I just really asked for my release. You feel me? But he didn't want to bring any bad publicity to his team. So it's like that's why that game I had a lot. I had a big chip on my shoulder that game. They interviewed me before the game. They ran down whatever happened. They were like, "Oh man, that's crazy." Then after the game, then before the game, during the interview, I told them what I was gonna do before I did it. I said, "Now watch, I'm about to go out there tomorrow and I'm about to kill him. I'm about to kill the whole team." And I ended that. I had my best game, my dang near my whole career that game. You feel me? So I feel like, that was a defining moment in my journey because it's like, man, I was against, all my old team, my old players. I feel like that right there gave me a different type of confidence because it's like, on that, just look at that Independence versus Dodge City game. Like they have like 3-4 draft picks that was in that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it when I played at Cisco College, Michael Clemens and a guy named Michael Clemens, he went to Texas A&M. He was a D lineman. He got drafted to the Jets. When I went to Independence Community College, they had a guy number 11. He was a D lineman. Jeremy, I forgot his name. I forgot his name off the top of my head. But he went to Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Then he got drafted. So my DN for Cisco College and my DN from Independence Community College, they play in the NFL together. On top of CJ, Calvin Jackson, he was on the team too with the guys. Another Last Chance U. So there are 3-4 guys that I've been to from 2 different schools. They all on one NFL team together. You know what I'm saying? So it just be crazy. I be seeing people that I went to school with at Cisco, and that I went to school with in Kansas, they be in the NFL on the same team together. So I'll be like, man, look how God worked. Like he just be putting people to be like in certain situations for you to just be like, man, I know I can do that. Cause they got two type of people. They got a type of person that's gonna be like, man, why did this guy get this opportunity? And they got the second type of person that's gonna be like, man, if he can do it, I know I can. You know what I'm saying? He just gave me motivation. He just motivated me. You feel me? So they got one type of person they go hate, one type of person they go, use it as motivation. And they're gonna appreciate what that person has done.
Without a doubt. And, in college, you had the opportunity to go against Malik Henry and Carlos Thompson. How excited are you for both those guys to be playing in the AFL?
Yeah, man. I actually talked to Carlos, man, a lot. I mean, not a lot, but, we chop it up because we have the same friend group, Aaron Donald, Carlos, George Simonot, just guys that, we all played on similar teams together, like from Vegas, Oakland, like in the IFL. Like, so it's like we've all been on the same journey trying to reach the same level, and we've all got our our certain things that's been holding us back. You know what I'm saying? That we haven't got, because sometimes you just haven't got that call yet. Because it's not about if your opportunity ever going to come. It's just about when it's going to come and are you ready for it when it does. So it's just about all of us standing that mentality, because we know that our opportunity is going to eventually come. We're not worrying about an opportunity. We're just worrying about being ready for whenever it do. So, these guys that I talk to that, I know personally on a personal level, and I know how they think, and I know how they are as men just on outside of football too. So, that's just a big thing for me. And it's like seeing those guys, their mind thinking the same thing as me. Like they was at that game where we played Independence versus Dodge City. They know how many people on that team in the NFL right now. They know that they was at practice with those guys every day. They know that they have that same ability as all of those guys. They just haven't got that opportunity yet because of whatever reason. So everyone is they're hungry right now. Like people just hungry, especially from those teams that I was on. Why I think those guys are always going to reach the highest levels of whatever team they on. They're going to be one of the guys that's going to contribute in a major way because of it's just how we was brought up in that era where we was playing in junior college. That era was just a different era, Like it was more hard. Like it was more old school hard. Like you had to take what you could get and you had to really learn. Or, it was going to be a quick career for you if you didn't adapt and learn.
Without a doubt. You said that very well spoken on that point. Kind of going more towards post-football, your clothing line, Lionheart clothes, you guys pump out absolute bangers of clothes, man. I would definitely rock those. How did you come up with that idea, and what's your goal for your brand?
Well, like I said, I'm a big entrepreneur, man, and it's like I'm all about global branding, man, marketing. So it's like I started Lionheart years ago, man, back in 2015. So Lionheart, I knew that I was going to go through this journey. You know what I'm saying? I knew that I knew in college, like, man, what I'm going through, like nobody else going through. So it's like I came up with it one day, and I got it tatted and I went got it in blood. And man, when I do that, man, I know, man, it's forever. So I made my LLC, I made my business, and it's like I haven't released anything last year because I had went overseas. So I was like, literally, I'm in a process of, my business is about to get financed again, and we're about to do our 2024 release. So in 2024, we're going to be dropping stuff like shoes, bags, hoodies. Like we got our own shoe that's about to drop soon that I released on Instagram. That's coming out in 2024. And, we're going to have cleats and stuff getting released. Also, my own cleats that, kids can get, people can get, own shoes that you can order online. So it's just like, for me, it was big about, having a brand that actually means something to me. Like what Lionhearted is about my journey. Like that's literally all it's about. Lion-hearted is about having the heart of a lion to get through anything you can get through. And the saying is lion-hearted, never stop pushing, man. You hear Nike just do it. You hear lion-hearted, never stop pushing. So when you hear lion-hearted, you go know that it just means never stop. Never stop going for whatever you got going, forever your journey. When you see that lion-hearted, you go see that never stop pushing. So I feel like it symbolized me perfectly, and also it symbolizes everyone else. I feel like that I would be a part of Lionheart because I'm not the only person with a story. My story is just opening up the doors for other people. Somebody might have it worse. Some people might not have it worse. But one thing about it, one thing for sure is you're gonna be able to show me what makes you lion-hearted. What makes you lion-hearted? What makes you feel like that, what you've been through for you to feel like that you're lion-hearted. And then that's all what I wanted to put out to the public. And I wanted it to be a brand that means something and that stands for something and I'm gonna be signing like younger athletes. I'm gonna be sponsoring younger athletes in my community, like my little brother right now, Zay Martin. He's one of the highly recruited wide receivers in the state right now. He plays at Southern Lab and BR. Is a magnet school connected to LSU. He just got a big Georgia Tech offer. So I'm just trying to sponsor kids like that under my brand, Lionhearted, and give them, NIL deals, give them opportunity to get NIL deals, make some money, have some merch, have their own shoes, but from a black owned clothing line, somebody who look like you know what I'm saying, and trying to help you get in them positions. So I feel like that was big. Like a Lionheart, that's my baby. Like I always tell people that, that's my baby. That's not nothing. I love making a profit, but that's something that I would do for free. So that's like a very passion of mine. So like I make clothes and stuff for free. I was making clothes and stuff for free in middle school. So I just happened to end up finding a vendor, find a good vendor, you know what I'm saying? Now that you have a vendor, you can get anything made that you want. So now it's just about, marketing, branding, putting it out right. So I just ain't want to put out anything. So I stopped my line for the end of the year and I wanted to totally going into 2024. We're going to be, rebranding and we about to start dropping. I got an Instagram page full of 20, 30,000 followers that's just waiting for me to drop on the page. So, but I'm everything's about timing and patience. So,
Man, without a doubt, it's been really fun talking to you tonight, Trey. I learned a lot about your journey, but my final question for you is: you're involved in poetry, and for me, your life has been poetry. Kind of going through the waves of junior college. When you got into poetry, I guess what inspired you to get into that, and what inspired you to kind of keep writing your life like a poem?
man, like just it was one day, like, because it's like I'm big on, like, in my community, like I help one of my family members. He owns a studio, and like I'm big on, when I get some money, like I always put stuff to the side, like just put something to the side, put something to the side. So I end up seeing like one of my family members, I end up investing, asking them like, man, let me help you put some money into your studio. Cause, one of my family members is an engineer. So, and I saw him, making the stuff. So I'm like, well, look, I'm gonna help you get this LLC, and I'm gonna help you. So me helping them making the studio, I just was always there in the studio, just chilling with him, watching him engineering people's stuff, man. It was like I was always around that, and that's was for years. I was just always around it. And this after I'm working out, because I'm from a culture, Louisiana. Like if you don't play sports, people, you do music. Like everyone has gifts. Like, and I was always the type of person that embrace the culture and embrace the gifts of other people. So it's me embracing their gifts and noticing my own gifts. So it's just me being around them guys who are really gifted guys with a pen, like they can write, like their pen is immaculate. So it's like when I'd be like, man, you should change up this word, or you should use this word instead, or you should do that instead. And then it just got to the point to where one day, I was just, I was feeling down, and I didn't know how to pull myself up at the time, and it just was having to deal with having to deal with my daughter, it was a situation that, with my daughter. I was far away at the time. In the season, I wasn't able to go be with her at the time because I was so far at the time. So I just was like, man, I need some way to get this hurt out. Like, how do I get this pain out? And then I just picked up a pen and I just started writing down my emotions. And when I start writing it down, tears just start coming out my eye. And until the tears stopped, that's when my pen stopped. And that's how I would write every time, like anytime I just be feeling that pain inside. As soon as I start writing, man, my eyes start watering, and I just let it out all on paper, and I don't look at it. Right after that, I'm good. Right after that, I'll just be good. So it's just me putting everything down, because I was a person that I was a person that held everything in for a long time that I was dealing with, and I learned it wasn't healthy. I wasn't dealing with my emotions. Like, I wasn't. Most of us men, we aren't emotionally stable because we don't deal with them. All we do is hold it in and keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, that never stop pushing. You holding in your emotions and you keeping going. It's bad for you. So I learned that, don't hold it in. I might don't have nobody to talk to. I might not talk to nobody now, but if I express myself this way, it's going to stop me from expressing it in a negative way. So that's how I got into poetry. And then once I wrote my first few, I just was like, I started getting crazy feedback. Like, I would make people cry. Like, it would touch people so hard that they'll start crying. It would hit them in a place where I'm like, you can tell I wrote that when I was in tears, because they're in the same state that I'm in when I was writing it, when I spoke it to them. So it will always make me feel, a different way.
Without a doubt. Well, again, Trevon, I want to appreciate your time. This story is super inspirational for me and the many others across this world. I wish you the best of luck in 2024 with the Louisiana Voodoo. I can't wait to watch you put on for the hometown and continue to grind and continue to shine.
Yes, sir, man. I really appreciate you for having me on, man. And hey, Louisiana, man, we about to do big things this year, man. We about to show people, Louisiana is a great market, man. Like, I already got people DMing me saying, man, they about to get on buses and come to the game. Like, the Louisiana, like, people DM me asking me, man, when your jersey dropping? When your jersey dropping? We trying to make it the highest selling jersey in the league. We want it. We want it. I got people, so it's just the love that I've been getting shown over the last few days. It really showed me the community I have, man. That's why I love my home state and my home city of Homer, Louisiana. Just ain't my state. My home city of Homer, man, and we might be a small city, but it's like when Homer get together and they get behind somebody, they go push that person to the top every single time, man. Like, that's one thing about us, man. We support our own, and we put on for our city, man. We put on for where we from, man. They got a lot of good players coming from home, and they got a lot of good talented people. So, I just want to open up that door and continue to open up that door for, the people from home and the people from my state, so they can get better opportunities that I didn't have coming up.
Without a doubt. Well, look forward to watching you in 2024 again, and I wish you the best of luck on this long journey.
Man, appreciate you, man. Thank y'all for having me, man. Love y'all, man. You guys, man, just stay tuned, man. We got a lot of stuff going on.
I'm a game changer.